Hello and good evening. Do you know the saying that when you have a plan in life, but then God has always a better plan? I am going to tell you about that. When you are so prepared for something, yet God, the all knowing, the all powerful, has a much better plan for you. So today we're going to talk about that. And I'm bringing an amazing special guest for you. So let's see. And hello, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leadership Hack. My name is Dr. Nabila Diab, a career and leadership coach, and today we have a special episode entitled When the Career is Not the Only Option. Joining me, a special guest, Fatma Barwani, an ex-client who has made a remarkable journey of self-discovery and career transformation. Welcome, Fatma. Let me bring her on the call. A motivational speaker, mindset coach, Toastmasters all the way. She helps ambitious professionals to build an unshakable confidence and transform their lifestyle in 49 days. Welcome, Fatma. Welcome to the call. Uh, Take it from here.
Thank you, Dr. Nabila. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Thank you, Dr. Nabila. It's really an honor to be here today with you all. And yes, let's get started.
Okay, amazing. So by way of introduction, let me tell you a little bit about how Fatma and myself, got connected. Fatma was and still is in an amazing on an amazing career path, and I'm not going to take this from Fatma. I'd rather she speaks about, because actually that's my first question: why she came and how, what were the circumstances, what was the message inside where she felt, well, I need somebody to help me with this. She talked about it so beautifully in one of her videos, and I said, Fatma, you have to come on the call and say it again. So take it from here, Fatma. Fatma, you were prepared for an amazing professional career path. You've done your due diligence, you studied, you got your degrees, you made it all the way, and you are in a beautiful career, to be honest. But when you came, there was a question. I'd rather you talk about it and then we can take it from there.
Thank you so much. So to start with, the year was 2021. It was during the pandemic. And I was doing my New Year resolution and I just wrote it down and I said, I want this year to be different. I want this year to be my best year. And I realized that I needed help. I need someone to show me how I'm going to make this year the best year. And that is exactly the same week that the universe connected us. And when we connected, I was like, oh my God, okay, so I think I need a mentor because I really never had a mentor when it comes to a one-to-one. I have been studying and learning from different say online courses, but not have really a mentor who really invest in me. So when you came to my life and started working together, that's where I realized that, okay, you helped me find out my blind spot where I didn't know exactly.
Okay, looks like we have a bit of a connection delay in here. I hope Fatma, we had a little bit of a delay in the connection, but never mind. I think we got the gist of it. Fatma, let's start from the beginning. So, at the beginning, when you came, it was really for the career and the professional path, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. And for a while, you and I worked on the, on the career path, and there were some highlights
Lost for a while. I
in
think
the career path. Go ahead, Fatma.
I lost you for a while, Dr. Nabila.
Oh, you lost me for a while. So we were talking about, if you remember, you and I, we're going to be very open and very honest with our audience, because we all take that path. And while yes, we set goals and we set intentions and we want, things to happen in a certain way, but then halfway, Fatma, you started leaning towards something else. Can you tell us that particular point? Can you tell us about your initial career path, the way it was planned, the way it was orchestrated, the way it was prepared? You were prepared. I mean, each one of us is somehow prepared for a career path by the adults around us. Oh, we think you would make a good teacher, and you would think you make a good da, da, da. So what was your preparation for? What was it for? What was it preparing you for
For
initially?
me,
And
yeah, initially, yeah. So for me, initially, when I wanted to have a career growth, I was looking for a leadership role. I was looking for a
it looks like we have
leadership role that I could get into my next role. And
Fatma. Can you are you with me? Can you hear me?
yes, yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay, go
Yes,
back 10 seconds. I think we lost you
I
for a few
think
seconds.
I think that yes, we are back again.
Right. So can you
No, I was saying
backtrack a
that I was
little
planning
bit?
for a career development, career to take a leadership role.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, my plan
Yes.
was really to get a leadership role in my career, and I've been working on that. And that's where I wanted to see how can I improve my communication skills and my speaking skills for me to be able to get the next role and to of, I mean to exceed on my to get a leadership role in my organization.
Fatma, tell us, like exactly why the public speaking, why the speaking in front of people. What was it in speaking that made you think, oh, this is something, that I am passionately connected with? This will help people see where, their passion is. What was the thing? How did you discover public speaking and speaking in public is for me this? What made you realize that?
Because it was my biggest fear. I think having that language barrier of me being able to communicate in English and Arabic together was my biggest fear. So I think from there, it drew me when it comes to limiting belief that, okay, I'm not a good speaker, I'm not a good communicator, and I wanted to improve that. Wherever I was asked, I was given an opportunity to speak, I would shake, I would shiver. Oh my God, for me to speak in public. But then I decided one day and I said, no, 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 I need to make this work. I want to become fearless. And how can I do that? That's why I started working on my communication and public speaking skills.
Right, 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 right. So, by way of background, Fatma has a childhood time where she lived abroad in an African country, right? For the best part of your childhood. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And basically, the language that she was like French, right?
Yes,
Um,
French and Swahili was my
and
first and second
Swahili, which
language.
is a local dialect, right, in that
Yes.
country. And then at the age, please help me with the
So
age where you
16,
came back to Oman.
at 16, at
At the
16 years
age
old.
of 16, Here, the parents decide to go back to Oman, and yalla, Fatma, go integrate the school system and speak Arabic and succeed. And tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, so I always said that was my biggest challenge in life is when I felt when we came back to Oman, we could not speak English or Arabic, and when we were brought up, when we were taken to school, it was Arabic, and that's where, for me, I would say that my confidence was shaken is when I started to speak, and people were laughing, the kids were laughing because I didn't know the language, and I spent a whole year just listening, which they call it mustama'a. I was just a listener. I don't understand anything. I'm just listening in the class. And I failed. I failed a couple of times. First time, second year, third year, and I decided to quit that. I can't learn Arabic, and that's where again, by having a support, a family, that's where the family support. My dad said, "No, I want you to complete. You have to complete your study, your high school." And with dedication and commitment, I managed to learn Arabic and English simultaneously. But somehow I have completed my studies, my school, but the confidence was not yet overcome. I was still having that fear of being judged, of fear of being criticized when it comes to speaking in public, and that grew with me for a number of years. And every time I've been given that opportunity for me to speak, I will go back to those memories. But what if they laugh at me? What if I say something wrong? I think that was already embedded in my subconscious mind by being judged. That's where I decided I need to become a better speaker and a better communicator. And that's where I came up now.
Amazing. I'm sure the teachers who are in, even those who are not teachers, understand the amount of stress and trauma you've been through, just coming at the age of 16 with two languages that were totally dysfunctional or unfunctional in Oman, in the country where you integrated, which is French and Swahili, and at the same time having to operate in two languages that were totally alien to you, totally strange to you. This is like a huge thing. And even you said you repeated and you were for some time just a listener. Even with these, I mean, Fatma, it takes years to learn a language. And you were, in your teens years, struggling with your adolescence and the change and the move, and also grappling with two languages. All I'm saying, this is a big applause. Like, this is a huge endeavor. Now, fast forward, yeah, Fatma, you were integrated, so you succeeded at university, you integrated your job, and you thought you were happily in forever on a career path, and so on and so forth, and you still are. Now, um, when did you realize there is this other door other than the career that I want to open? And I want to open seriously. I want to make something serious, something that can help other people out of it. It's not so from Toastmasters, from public speaking, from challenging yourself into speaking in public. You developed something that you understood. It's serious stuff. You are so passionate about it, and you decided to make of it something that can help other people. And I'm talking, of course, about your coaching business, right?
Yes.
When was the turning point that maybe, do you remember that conversation? Because I, for one, I remember that conversation. That conversation where it just clicked in your mind that, you know what, maybe, it's not the advancement. Maybe the resistance to the advancement in the career was just coming from me, because there is one part of me that is looking at this, that wanted the second door. Do you remember that conversation, ya Fatma?
Yes, I think being in the, I would say, in the self development journey, I've been learning a lot. And the more I was really going into training and learning and observing, and I tried to help my friend, and I was trying to help my colleagues, my friend, and said, okay, how you can do this and that. And when as normal being, when you learn about the law of attraction and how the power of your mind, you want to go and help the others. So that's where I started, by me helping others. And when I could see the result from them, then I was like, okay, this is working. It was working for me. Also, it's working for them. And then the passion that came into it is seeing my result and also seeing the result of others. And then the transformation I was getting, I wanted to share with others that yes, this is working and I can help you and you can do that too. Because once you understand the power of the mind, and you know that you have control over your thought, and that's where you feel that you want to learn, you want to share with others. That's where it
I
started
love
for
it.
me to help others. Yes.
I love it. I love it. And how much of it do you think it's like it's your own challenges that you've overcome, and that now you are serving and helping others do the same? So it's there's so much of it, like pulling something out of yourself. It's pulling some courage out of your heart, not only to help yourself, because that helped you overcome your helped you overcome the difficulties in your journey, but now you are helping others do the same. So it's literally helping them do the same, or overcome the same challenges that you yourself have overcome, right? Sometimes we say about coaching, it's helping people that are me before my transformation. Can you hear me, Fatma? Are you with me? I think we are losing Fatma. I hope not. Oh, oh. So while Fatma is coming back on the call, this is exactly because Fatma has been very close, and I clearly remember that flipping that point where she said, "You know what? This is really what I want to dedicate my life to. I want to help people." Avoid the kind of challenges I had. So she decided to go on having her own coaching and consulting, and she started helping her friends, people who are going through the same challenges. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. Umama here. Hello, Fatma. Thank you for sharing your experience. Can you tell us the tips and tools that helped you overcome public speaking challenges? I clearly remember, while waiting for Fatma to come back and give her own testimony, but I clearly remember there was a point where we were on what we call a laser call, and Fatma was not budging. Fatma was resisting the change, and you know I had to gently, push her. And I told her, Fatma, it was a quote from Joseph Campbell. And he says, "The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you desire." The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you desire. So, what is your biggest fear? What is your biggest fear? That tells you that's probably exactly where you need to go. um, let's see, we bring back Fatma. So welcome back, Fatma. Can you hear us, Fatma? So it looks like she cannot hear us yet. Let's see if she's muted. She's not muted, but I hope she gets uh, jump in whenever you are ready, Fatma. So I remember that turning point in Fatma's journey, where when we were discussing "The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you desire" by Campbell. And I remember that day. It's like something flipped in Fatma's mind. Can you hear us, Fatma? Can you hear us, Fatma? So the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you desire. And she was looking and looking and looking and looking. And then the upcoming week, the upcoming call, Fatma for a while was confused. And when she came back the week after, can you hear us, Fatma? It's like she relaxed. Everything about her relaxed. And she said, you know what? I have this fear of public speaking, and I don't think my life is going to move forward without facing this fear. And she did. Her entire life changed just by accepting that moment of fear, or that thing she was so afraid of, um, actually was the thing that she needed to overcome in order for her to go to the next level up. So she realized it wasn't the career. She realized that her path, yes, she wanted a better career opportunity, but at the same time she was resisting the career opportunities. And her, it's like you are driving but you are looking sideways. It's like, and that's what life gives us when you have this clarity. Let me bring back Fatma, and I hope she can hear us now. When you bring back, when you have that moment of clarity, Fatma, you are with us, can you hear us? When you have those moments of clarity, when you work on your purpose, on your goal, on your vision, on what is it that you want to achieve in life, and you start spending some time discovering this in self discovery, in vulnerable mode, trying to figure out what is it that you want. And it's only in these deep moments where you are totally with your back against the wall, you realize it's not the job that you want to continue in, that it hit her that maybe my path isn't here. So ladies and gentlemen, whoever is watching this, there will come a point in time where you have these moments of clarity, where you realize maybe you are not meant for this, but you are meant for something else. And Fatma, are you with us? The internet is really acting up on her end. I hope she can hear us. Fatma, oh my God. So it's like you are meant for something, and then you keep being pushed into something else. And I think acceptance and resilience, and accepting that you can be in going through a time of confusion or a time of wrestling, and that's okay. So there was a time where in
Can you
Fatma's
hear
mind.
me?
Oh, there you are. I'm talking about that phase in life where can you hear us, ya Fatma? Yeah, where she was phasing out of the old goal, where which is the improvement in career, and actually she found herself really resisting that goal, and going into a different direction, which is the direction of doing something else she was so passionate about. Fatma, are you with us?
Yes, I'm so sorry.
I
Like, it happened.
never mind. Things happen. So I was talking about, where life, you think consciously, intellectually, you think you are meant for this, you want the career, and then somehow there is some resistance that from inside, that it's like putting your foot on the brakes and it's not budging in there, and you get hints, you get the direction to go into another direction. And then when she allowed that voice, when she allowed herself to listen, when she allowed, when she accepted that maybe the career may not be my only goal, and she started looking for something that fulfilled her, which is the public speaking. She went into a big aha moment and a big discovery. Aha, this is it. This is really, really what I love. And I was telling our audience about, while you were away, about that day where I shared with you the Joseph Campbell quote: "The cave you fear to enter
Fear to
holds."
hold the treasure you seek. That's my favorite quote, by the way.
Amazing.
That quote transformed my life. Yes.
So, so from that moment on, what was the learning from that? Like you are pushing and pushing and pushing for in one direction, but life is steering you into maybe a slightly different direction, maybe a better direction. And I started the session by saying, God's plan is always better than our plan. You know, sometimes we plan things with our little conscious mind based on what we see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. But God's wisdom, where the all knowing, all powerful, having access to everything that ever existed and will ever exist, has a plan, probably that will blow you away. And then you are led into that step by step. What say you, Fatma?
I think the biggest, I would say, discovery when it comes to self-discovery, it's self-awareness. Yeah. During that period, I started listening to my own thought. I became aware of my own thought and especially my own words. Yeah. When I was talking to myself, what are the words I was telling to myself? I always
Mm,
used to say, I'm not ready yet. That was every time I've been asked something to do. I'm not ready yet. Even though the people whom I was helping, I was coaching, they used to tell me, Fatma, you are very good. You can take this as a career. And I said, oh, I'm not ready yet. And there are two aspects when it comes to that. First of all was my own limiting belief that I was thinking that I'm not ready yet. Second thing
mhm.
is the programming in our mind. We think that you need to become qualified. I need to have this certificate. I need to have a coaching certificate. I need to have this kind of qualification for me to say that yes, now I'm a coach. So that's why it was always blocking me when I'm thinking of that career. But the desire was there. I could feel I was really enjoying doing that. And every year, I will get a few friends. We will do our New Year resolution. We will plan our goals. And I would feel this is something that I have a passion about it. But then somehow I know it's not, I'm not ready there. And when I started
Right,
working on my self limiting belief and I started understanding my limiting belief, that's when I realized that, oh, this is just a programming. I can be, I can have, I can do anything I want. And that's where I started applying. Now comes the applications of what I was learning. Instead of me just learning and reading, I started applying what I was learning. I was doing all the exercise, the limiting belief exercise, the mindset exercise. That's where I started seeing a shift within me. So it started very within my own self, my own mind, how I have transformed within for me to see the result later on.
right. This is very, very, very big what you are saying, because knowing the information is one thing, doing it, acting upon it, implementing it, turning it into actionable steps, and most importantly, staying consistent with it. Because if anybody is telling you you can have results like this, that's not true. That's not true, because there's no such a thing as it happens like this. Because listen, if we look at it and how we reached where we are, the results that we are, and the it's coming from our thinking that has been programmed for years.
For
We've
years.
undergone programming that went on and on and on from childhood, and the messages and the suggestions we are receiving: you're not good enough, you are not enough, who do you think you are, you are not ready yet, what Fatma was talking about. I'm not ready. I need to prepare. I need to be recognized by somebody to be doing this. It's get until I think there was one day where I said, Fatma, enough. Stop getting ready to be ready in preparation for being prepared. And I said, just go and do it. It's procrastination. It's the syndrome of procrastination, postponing the decision because you are afraid. It's fear based. This
It's
procrastination
great.
and pushing things to later, it's basically a fear based, if you like, behavior. So, Fatma, there is Umama who asked a question that is directed to you, and she says, can you tell us the tips and tools that helped you overcome public speaking challenges, I suppose? Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mama. So what I would say, the first thing is identifying the fear. For me, I really worked with my fear. What are the fear that are really blocking you? Normally in public speaking, we are always linking to the fear of being judged. So we are always thinking that what if someone says something, what if this? So that fear always block us. So once we understand of that fear, and I have an exercise that says what if. Yeah, we always say what if something bad happened, but what if something good happened? So this is something that I was practicing with the what if statement. Instead of what if negative is what if positive. This is the first what if. The other thing is the five why. Why I'm fearful of the public speaking. Yeah, why? So I was asking myself every time the why, and the answer which I get, I again ask, why am I feeling that way? I always feel like, okay, I will shake, I will not be, I will be judged. Okay, why do I feel that? It's because maybe I'm not prepared enough. Okay, it's becoming then another why. So I was using the five why strategy for me to dig the root cause of that, and that's where I came to understand it's my own belief that I was not ready yet, I was not good enough. These are the two examples that really a technique that I was using, and the third one is practice. Feel the fear and do it anyway. You just have to practice. That's
Right.
what I was just going. I remember when I first went into speaking in public on Toastmasters, which is a public um, non organization of public speaking. I was literally reading and shaking. Yeah, because I was so much fearful, but I keep doing. And the second time, and I keep doing. And then with practice, there is progress. It's not about
Absolutely.
perfection, it's about progress, how much you progress.
Right. How much truth or value do you see in when you have this fear and you have to crush through the fear, and you said you have to go through the fear and face it, and one thing that helped me personally and helped many of my clients as well is look at this fear and you mentioned what if I'm not good enough for this, and then you say, okay, so the statement that my mind is telling me is that I'm not good enough. And one way or one question to really bust and crush through the terror barrier is it true? Is it true? Is it true that I'm good enough? Who said it? Where did I pick this from? So it could be you picked it up while a child from a discussion on the side. You overheard parents doing something or saying something, and then you picked it up and you probably build a conclusion, by yourself that you are not good enough, and then you decided to believe that. So one way to challenge this belief, this limiting belief or this fear, is to challenge it and to shed light on it is by asking, is it true? Is it true
Is
that
it true?
I'm not good enough? Is it true
Yeah.
that I cannot speak in public? Is it true that my English is not up to par? Is it true that, go ahead, Fatma.
Yeah, I had one more. I had one more thing which I wanted to add is what is the worst that can happen? Okay, and I was using that analogy as well when I said, okay, I'm gonna speak and they're gonna laugh at me. What the worst that can happen? Tomorrow they'll forget about it. So what's the worst that can happen? So when I start applying what's the worst that can happen, I realized it was not something really big like something to really stop me or life or death scenario. It was like, okay, something really tiny and mostly in my mind. And we always
Right.
hear that whatever you keep in your mind, we think in our mind 95% is not going to happen or it's not the reality. That's
True.
where I said,
Very
okay, what's
true.
the worst that can happen? That is something
And
also.
actually, when you say what's the worst that can happen, you are actually letting go of, this is us being self-conscious, being so conscious, so focused on ourselves. But when we, for a moment, we focus on the others, we say, I'm going to give this little 10-minute speech and it's going to help people so and so. When you put the onus, when you put the focus on somebody else, public speaking can become like, you can ease into public speaking, because when you take the focus from yourself, instead of being self-conscious, what they will do to me, how will they laugh at me, how will I feel uncomfortable, and how when you take off that stress and that unnecessary focus from yourself and put it on the others, say, this is something that can help others do. I'm going to give 3 tips about this and it's going to help. Then now you are in a better place. As Fatma says, the next morning they will not even remember. I guarantee you, 10 minutes later, they won't even remember.
Very true.
You
Very
know,
true.
people have much more, issues and problems and challenges to be thinking about us, or exactly how Fatma mispronounced this word or said this instead of that, and so on. So it's very interesting how our mind can do a lot of things for us. Now, Fatma, I so much enjoyed this discussion. Listen, what advice would you give to someone feeling uncertain about their career path? And they say, is it really okay for me at the age of 35? I'm 35, I'm old, I'm 35. And is it okay at 35 that I start rethinking my career, that I start considering probably a different path? What do you say to these people, yeah, Fatma?
Well, I found my passion at 47, at 45, sorry.
Okay,
Yeah,
right.
so actually what I would just say is transformation is inside you. It's within. There is not an external force that will come to change you. So if you just see yourself and see the last 2 or 3 years, are you in the same place? Are you happy with your life? If you see yourself you are not, you feel that you can have more, you can become more, you can do more, then you need to change. You need to find, and the only way to find is self discovery. Found what are the things that inside you make you happy. What do you want to do, regardless of the limiting belief, regardless of what the blockage that we have. You need to find what make you happy. What are the passion that ignite your fire? We call it as burning desire. Find your own burning desire, and when you find your own burning desire, the way will just open, because you will find your way. You will find the path, and it will be not easy, but once you do that with your whole heart, you're going to be able to do. And the second thing is taking action outside your comfort zone, not taking action doing the same thing that you've been doing. So if you want to do something you've never done, that's where there is growth. Yeah, taking action outside your comfort zone. Do something you have never done before. Try something new that you feel, okay, this is what my heart desire is. And as you said, it's not, if you don't find your heart desire in your career right now, find something that really you love doing, and then explore that. It might not be that one, but it can open door to something else. So for me, it was not like ready. It can be a path for you, like a door for you to take you to another door. So it's always gonna help you to find. But once you listen to yourself, find out exactly what make me happy, what do I love doing. Keep listening to your own thought, keep listening to your own self, and then you will find yourself that, okay, I'm happy. This is what I want to do. That's how people find their own passion, is by
Right,
listening to
right,
their
right.
own thought.
Absolutely, discovering our purpose and what we want to do in this, short passage in life is extremely, extremely important. Life is very, very precious. So, if you just allow yourself to reflect, to explore, to listen to yourself, I guarantee you, and I think Fatma also is saying the same thing, you will find answers because the answers are all within. So there's nothing out there that's going, goal setting and the clarity and everything. There's nothing, it's nothing about getting, it's not going to come from outside. Everything is from inside. And the more you dig inside, the more you are going to find those answers. So, Fatma, as we near the end of our talk, tell us a little bit. Can you share with us any upcoming project or anything you are working on or anything you want to tell us about? Alain?
Yes, I'm currently coaching people on self-development when it comes to
Nice.
self-development and overcoming fear. And actually, I am about to somehow drafting my ebook. So the book will be about fear. It will be Walk with Your Fear, because
Wow.
we cannot overcome fear, because fear will always be there. We feel fear in different areas of our life, but what we need to do is to embrace the fear and walk with it. So this is the book that I'm gonna release. I'm planning, inshallah, before Ramadan. So I'm
Awesome.
giving a
Awesome.
disclaimer right now. So that will be my my biggest project, is to have the ebook and my coaching program as well.
Congratulations, ya Fatma. I am so, so happy for you and for what you've been doing and achieving. And I, for one, I'm very proud of you. And every time I see, I clearly remember where we had to put that picture in LinkedIn and you had, and you were kind of going and wanted off the hook, and we said, nope, nice try, you go ahead and do it. And I'm so proud of your journey and what you've been able to achieve. I have no doubt in my mind that you will be of great, great help and service to people who need that kind of help. We rise by raising others, we rise by helping others, and what we are doing is really, really fascinating and amazing. Sometimes we just need to open the door a little bit for somebody, and fear is no more. Open the door, and
And fear
fear
is no
is
more.
no more. I agree with you, fear is not going to totally disappear, because if it does, I guarantee you life will be no fun, because we need to have those butterflies and those moments where we are out of the comfort zone. It's a sensor that guides us in our life. And I know, I for one, I know when I'm afraid, I know something good is coming, and the bigger the fear, the bigger the challenge, the bigger the freedom
The
on the other
result.
side. Yeah, because
Very true.
so thank you so much, yeah, Fatma. Thank you very, very much to you, for it's been wonderful to reflect on this journey and share it with others. And to our listeners, thank you so much for joining us on the Quantum Leadership Hacks. Remember, sometimes the path less traveled leads to the most rewarding destinations. we could be wanting the same thing as everyone else, but you maybe when meant for something bigger, something better, a different direction, and it's okay. You embrace it and you go with it. What it does is going to bring the motivation and the excitement and the fulfillment to what we are doing on a daily basis as a job or as a profession. Now, stay tuned for more episodes where we explore different, facets of career and personal development and business development. What say you as a final word, ya Fatma?
I just want to thank you so much for giving me this opportunity and help me share my message as well. And yeah, thank you. And we are here if anyone would need any support. We feel joy when we
Absolutely.
see others succeeding. I think that's the biggest gift that we receive when we see others growing as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is so, 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 so good. Thanks so much, ya Fatma. Keep going, keep pressing, it's a daily endeavor, so to speak. So proud of you. Have a great, great evening in beautiful, beautiful Oman, and we shall talk.
Thank
Here's
you. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you. So Arij is saying thank you for the speech, appreciated. Omama is saying appreciate sharing your motivational journey. Amazing. VM is saying absolutely love this topic, exploring alternatives beyond the conventional career path is truly fascinating. Thanks for sharing such intriguing insights. And Dr. Randa is saying thank you so much. Thanks everyone. Here's wishing you
Thank
all the
you.
best. Have a great, great evening. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.